Hello and welcome to What's Up Punk, where we take a look at the myriad subgenres underneath the umbrella of punk. Today we'll be taking a look at Rococo Punk. Of course the French have their own punk genre. Have you not met the French? What is Rococo Punk? Rococo Punk, a sibling of steampunk, sets its style in the early Baroque era, primarily the high-class French community of the time. Participants in the movement wear outlandish makeup and hairstyles and sport bold, brightly colored clothing. Rococo is derived from the French word rocaille, originally meaning bit of rocky decoration, sometimes found in the 16th century. It was first used in its modern sense in the 1800s. Like the term Baroque, it was initially a pejorative term. It's a fairly new punk genre. It's the same visual style as the new romantic movement of the 1980s, such groups as Adam and the Ants. Hey, guess what? Researching this genre is like pulling teeth. As one steampunk scholar once put it, imagine a world where the Rococo period never ended, and it had a love child with Sid Vicious. Rococo Punk isn't to be taken seriously. It's both a love letter and a gentle nudge of steampunk. The goal of Rococo Punk is to literally blend a Rococo style with a punk style, and anarchistic technology. Speaking of which, technology. Contemporarily anachronistic. Yeah, this is a weird animal. The tin is Baroque steampunk, by the way of the Sex Pistols, but I honestly don't have a lot of examples of that. This one is more of a fashion, but honestly you could throw anything at the wall and call it Rococo Punk as long as it keeps the Baroque aesthetic. Why is that? Well, love don't care about tech. Aesthetic. In the world of painting, Rococo style is characterized by delicate colors, many decorative details, graceful and intimate mood. Similar music in the Rococo style is homophonic and light in texture, melodic and elaborately ornate. In France, the term of this was style galant. This was the romantic period of music, opera and art. It's why the new romantics of the 80s cribbed the Baroque style. It's about romance and love, and as much as brain dance or any other new technology we have could serve as that goal, at the end of the day you just need two sentient organisms that are crazy about each other. Fashion-wise, Rococo design tends to be lavish and ornate, with complex patterns and the finest of materials. Color palettes were light and pastel. Design was whimsical and asymmetrical. An organic motif covered everything. Males' fashion was a short jacket, broad lapels, and long sleeves with capes and long coats. Madame de Pompadour style hoop dresses were the rage, with the elite emphasizing voluptuous and sensual, while on the commoner side, women started wearing negligees and night robes on the street. This was because of the American colonies and being smacked with the Enlightened Age. The poor classes were on the rise. Like, way on the rise. At the time, the French aristocrats began to obsess over their wealth and finery. No big shocker there, except... No, not that one. The other one. The other one.
Do whatever you want. I'm super dead.
That's it. While Rococo Punk is to be all in good fun, it does take these Rococo Baroque styles and give them the jaundiced glance by giving them a punk look, like the man once said.
I mean, I got something to say, you know? What do you think this is all about? You think this is a fucking costume?
In a small way, it's an act of defiance, like spray painting the anarchist A on a jacket, or eat the rich tag on your gear. It's where the punk influences do eventually come in. Multicolored fishnets, giant pins, band tags, and weird and crazy colored hair and mismatching styles and clashing textures. It's all supposed to be sort of a jaundiced glance at that rich Baroque feel. Sign of the times were drawn the way out, going from the rich French era to the citizen French era and the Lady Guillotine. Where did Rococo Punk start? Yeah. Do I apologize for that joke? No. Also, I'm not 100% wrong. While the first Rococo fiction was likely The Learned Ladies, a satire and a comedy of manners, as it was satirical about wealthy educated women during the Baroque period. However, the crazy costumes and colors the play would later be known for that makes it Rococo Punk is likely a modern interpretation and not the original intent, while Rock Me Amadeus is just quintessential Rococo Punk. It reached a wider audience and inspired those changes to the play. Real life Rococo punks. Amadeus Mozart, the same man that wrote beautiful music for the gods themselves.
This was no composition by a performing monkey. It seemed to me that I was hearing the voice of God.
Was also a punk that made an entire song to his mates requesting them to orally clean his ass. Was he as much of a rambler as he was in Amadeus? No. Does genius come from those that buck normal society because it's a giant lie some clutch tightly to sleep at night? Sometimes. Also, dear God, if you have a child prodigy, do not make their shtick the sum total of their entire life. You will do more harm than good. Hey, want to know why that speech sounded so familiar?
This is no mere sandwich of grilled meat and toasted bread, Robin. This is God speaking to us through food.
The greats are never forgotten, but point A to point B gets a little weird. Adam and the Ants. Okay, fine. I don't know why this band is so well loved. It all sounds so hollow. This guy's voice is no punch. Whatever. Ignoring how he sounds like the way Rohypnol feels, and whatever black magic got the Warrior of Love Caroline Monroe in his video. Sorry. Try that again. And the Ants was a new romantic, aka bitch-ass synth-pop. Okay. Known for their look, which admittedly fairly interesting punkish turn on Baroque fashion. As cool as Falco or what later Rococo punks would push it. Not even close. But I'd be a complete ass if I didn't give them their due. And they did set out to make themselves look romantic, and that's the aesthetic they pinned down. Calgary Performing Arts Community, the Rococo Punk Project. Tim Nyan, apologies if I don't pronounce that. I know two different people with that last name and they both pronounce it differently. Fell in love with the Rococo Punk aesthetic while covering a production of The Learned Ladies by the University of Calgary School of Creative and Performing Arts. He contracted the designer of the Rococo Punk look used for the performance, and some time researching the art history, the Rococo Punk fashion movement, and lighting techniques to create the most authentically Baroque image, creating this bit of eye catch. As a photographer and a punk, I salute you and your models going through the over 20 hours of principal photography on top of the 80 hours of post-production. My recommendations. A lot of No Flutter's output would fit Rococo Punk, and you should just follow No Flutter. Her stuff's amazing. Rococo Punk Elevator Pitch. New segment. Idea came out of how sometimes the commenters and I go back and forth on possible ... punk stories. Gonna bust it out when I think an episode's too short, so don't expect this all the time. Now, a Rococo Punk story. First, we're gonna need two photogenic young lovers. One is a girl, a bar back in a pub on the river. Say he's got a bit of a Venetia vibe to it. Everyone transports on gondola or water taxi. She's our Rococo Punk. Streetwise, but kind soul, red hair, and prickly. She meets a boy. A fop, but not a dandy. Not a fighter either, but he plays the piano like a young master. It's how they meet. He plays a piano in the bar for beer / hitting on women. It works. They love him. Every woman in the room throws himself at him except her. She's no moron. He's looking for a bridge and tunnel girl, and that's just not her style. But he's there, she's there. They snark back and forth, volley here and there. Boy catches feels, but he's self-aware enough that he knows because she's not falling for the old tricks and sets it aside for now. Enter external conflict. It's late night shift. Our boy walks our girl to the water taxi, only for them to get jumped by a serial killer who's been picking off Rococo punks in the canals. And see, let's make this a little more difficult. It's a steampunk world. They haven't progressed past a flintlock pistol, and they're illegal in the city. So everyone at least is a little proficient with rapiers that can be superheated through steam. Our boy tries to defend the girl. He gets a thorough ass whooping. The girl does a little bit better, forcing the serial killer into retreat. As a thanks for the mutual ass saving, they go on a date and feels are caught all around. The boys adopt into her group of Rococo punks. The relationship progresses as the bodies start to pile up. Enter internal conflict. Turns out the boy is the son of a baron and he's not too happy with his Rococo punk girlfriend, attempting in other ways to break them up, through money and power. While the two mains are dealing with that, the other workers at the pub are walking the canals, hoping to put an end to the serial killer that the police just won't deal with. They find him and another thorough ass whooping ensues. The killer picks up a pin, a guy brooch, whatever you call those. One of the punks drops. Okay, now here comes the shoe. The Baron gifts the son the pin. The Baron's a serial killer, part of a long line of serial killers, cleaning up the city in their own way. Girl attacks, the boy hesitates, but eventually joins in putting his father down. During the fight, one of his hands is either cut off or severely burned. In either scenario, the boy will never be the piano player he once was, but his love and his new family are safe. Add your own comments, or pitch your own Rococo Punk story in the comments. Next time you're doing something creative, maybe think about this genre. Give this one a bit more fiction. How do I feel about Rococo Punk? It's complicated. I don't dislike it. It's just not my thing. I think mostly because it's mainly a fashion genre at this point, and I just need more, just to get a good feel for it. Well, this has been What's Up Punks. Till next time, remember, your style is not you. You are your style, so might as well be yourself. Everyone else is taken. And keep on being a no-good, dirty punk.
You know it, you love it, here's the spiel, let's do it. Hit subscribe to be my subscriber. Hit the bell so you know when I've actually posted stuff. Still no idea why those two things are separate now, but whatever. And of course, hit like to appease the algorithm gods. All fear and praise. On a list of whatever YouTubes, I am also probably not going to get any ad revenue for these videos, so if you would be so kind, check out that Patreon and the GoFundMe. Links in the description.